Shalom, shalom. And I want to give all praises due to Yahweh, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Raha, Wakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone, and our bishops and elders out there in Connecticut, and the high priest that taught them, right? And this Yah Demai from the Great Millstone, Houston camp. And I'm going to do a lesson going into, Yahawashi pretty much taking on these armies, right? And you can see I got Ronald Reagan, like speaking on this about Yahawashi. I'll play it and I'll let you hear it. And this is fair use, only for educational purposes, right? Not getting paid, just for educational purpose. Let's check it out.
But I've often wondered, what if all of us in the world discovered that we were threatened by a power from outer space, from another planet? Wouldn't we all of a sudden find that we didn't have any differences between us at all? We were all human beings, citizens of the world, and wouldn't we come together to fight that particular threat?
Right, you heard it, right? So let's get into it. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 13:1. I'm gonna try to do this quick, I don't want to just quench the spirit though, but I'm gonna get through a little read. 2nd Esdras 13:1. And it came to pass. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb. 2nd Esdras 13:1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night. This Esdras had a dream. And lo, he seen a vision. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And the sea, that's talking about the heavens, space, And 2nd Esdras 13:3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven. That man waxed strong, that's Yahawashi. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, right? And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filled when it filled the fire. And that, that's talking about his the laser in that chariot, the laser beams, hitting people, burning people, right? Yeah, that's went out, whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, those are the laser beams. Verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number. Yeah, these armies, that's doing World War III, that's gonna happen, coming together, right? From the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So these armies, that's gonna try to think they can fight, Yahawashi and the angels. And I continue to read 2nd Esdras 13:6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Yeah, that great mountain, he graved a great mountain that flew upon it. That's a big old chariot, a huge chariot, right? But I would have seen the region of place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Yeah. And he just couldn't. He thought it was a mountain, but he couldn't, he couldn't really explain. Now he couldn't see the end of it, just going into to the Yahawashi chariot. That's how huge it was. Verse 8. And this is really the point. Second Edges 13 and 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together, these armies, to subdue him, was so afraid, and yet does fight. See? And I looked up that word dust, right? Let's go into it. I had it on the Etymon online. Durst, a past tense of dare, right? And it goes into a dare, Middle English, Darren, from first and third person singular of Old English Duran, and it goes in to be bold enough, have courage, right? And that's and that's what that's going into. They does fight, meaning, they gonna be bold enough to even try to fight Yahawashi, right? Behold, be bold enough and have courage, to fight Yahawashi. Yahawashi, well, Yahawashi gonna put it in them to fight him, right? Yeah, and that's what that's going into. So I wanted to look that word up, dust. They gonna try to fight the Lord, and yet does fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, right? But only I saw that he sent out his mouth as it has been a blast of fire, right? Like I said earlier, that blast of fire, with that laser, tearing these people up, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest, going into that chariot, you know. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable, that's a tongue twister for me, innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Yeah. So, yeah, man, he zapped these people up, man, and they turned to dust. And that's how it's going to be. Because ultimately, Yahawashi was going to win this World War III that's coming, I mean, it's already here, but, just like here and there. But, this is going to be the main course of the World War III right here. Okay? And let's get, man, it's kind of got hot open here in this car. Let's go to, Salakia, Revelation 12 and 7. It's Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, right? Just went into that. And prevailed not, right? Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So, see, we read that in Second Edges of 13 chapter, right? And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, which is, they military, right? And they prevailed not, It's gonna be, man. Listen. They know these clowns don't have a chance with Yahawashi and Michael the Archangel and the angels, right? And they gonna be out of there. They prevail not. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Yeah. And after that, man, that's gonna be pretty much the end of Esau. They're gonna be out of here, man. They're gonna go into slavery head first, starting with their top elites, the banking families. So ultimately, Yahawashi is gonna win this World War III. Okay? So, I hope this has been edifying. Just wanted to go into that. And hey, until next time, I want to give all praises due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Ruhat Wakakwadash. A double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone, and the bishops and the elders out there in Connecticut, and the high priest that taught them. And, until next time, Shalom.